Aaron, you're live.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, world? And welcome to the Affairs of the Heart podcast. First, I want to say what's up to all of our true viewers and hello to all the new viewers. I want to go ahead and bring in our panel. First up, we have our TikTok sensational, that boy.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Now, we got someone else coming in later on in the show. Dwayne and EzSaidEzDone will not be here today. Both of them got caught up in work today. And so y'all stuck with me and my friend today.
I hope I do. I hope I got it right for you.
You good. Before we get into the show, do you want to tell them a little bit about you? Like, tell them about your TikTok, how you got started with it.
So the whole TikTok sensation, I won't say sensation, but I have fun with it. I try to make y'all laugh as best as I can, and some of them went viral. Not on purpose. I didn't do it. They just did it. So yeah.
I want to say to me, it's the Virgo in you. It's like the facial expressions, the sarcasm of it all, like all of it. It's the Virgo in you. So
and I can't hide them.
Yeah, well, it's like we can't do it, so I understand it.
No, when's your birthday?
The 22nd of September. Okay. I'm the last day.
Oh, the very last. Ooh,
very last.
Okay.
But I was born at 4:00 in the morning, so I'm still good.
You good? You are. You definitely are. Okay, so you a true Virgo. We're good to go.
All right, and we also have the first husband of the DC in here.
What's up, brother?
What's going on? You want to tell them a little bit about you before we get into the show?
Name Brandon Hickson Hamilton, from the DMV area. I don't know what y'all want to know. I mean, I'm just me.
He's a real house husband of the DMV.
Here we go with this. What's going on? I had to rush to make sure I can tap in here real quick, but I'm here. Let's get this popping.
All right. So, like I was telling them, Dwayne and Easy got caught up in work today. So Kim was already scheduled to be here, but I called my brother at the last minute. I said, "Hey, if anybody can do this with me, it'll definitely be you." So, let's go ahead and get into this.
Listen, I'm still here, suited and booted. Let's.
We have 3 different segments. We have our Dear Affairs of the Heart. We get letters every week. We got a very interesting letter this week, and they need some answers. So let's get into that. The letter says, "Dear Affairs." Well, Dwayne, what does Dwayne say? "Dear Affairs of the Heart, letters to our heartbeat," or something like that. I can't remember what Dwayne says. Dwayne can do this when he comes back the next time. But it says, "Dear Affairs of the Heart, forbidden relationships. Hello, my best friend of 10 years plus text me randomly that he wants to fuck me. Let me give you a bit of a backstory. Me and my friend, let's call him Jerome, met our freshman year of high school and have been friends ever since. We both ended up attending the same college and we were roommates for 3 years. I always had a little crush on Jerome, but he is straight and we never hooked up sexually in any way. So flash forward to now, Jerome recently married his college girlfriend. I was his best man in his wedding and moved to Maryland. Over the past few months, he has been texting and calling me, asking questions about how it is to be with a guy versus a girl. At first, I thought he was just clowning, and I gave no real fucks about this question. Then last week, he sent me a penis picture, but claimed it was an accident. The next day, he asked about the pic and what I thought. It was nice, but I ignored the threat. We were chatting like we always do, but then the conversation changed yet again. He's coming back home for a couple of weeks, and he wants to try something with me. I have a lot of mixed emotion. On one hand, he's my best friend who's married and a baby on the way. I don't want to be a homewrecker. On the other hand, I'm really curious to finally experience this with him and see if his sex game is like he said it is. I am also afraid that if I do go through with him, he would not like it and never talk with me again. Breaking up a great friendship or breaking up a great friendship. Should I take the bait or no? Help.
Mm. That's deep.
And this is from Marky. Let me just say I can say his name.
What was his name? I'm sorry.
Marky.
Marky. Okay. Brandon, you wanna go ahead and go?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the floor on that one.
Okay. Well, I mean, since you insist, I'm gonna be very, very, very honest. It may be the wine talking, but I feel like Marky need to go ahead and leave. I feel like he missed his window.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when they were in high school, or they went to college together too.
They were roommates at college.
They could have tried it then, but Jerome has a whole family coming. Like, let's not. No, absolutely not. No, for what? So
That can be real messy.
You're willing to risk your friendship now. You said this is your best friend, so you're willing to risk it now and mess up his home. Let's say it's not good. Let's say it's not good. So you not only did you mess up your friendship, you messed up somebody's home. Granted, not saying she would find out, but still, you're messing up a home. You're in the process of messing up a home.
Right.
Let's leave it alone.
BJ.
All right. So my theory on it, or my thought process on it, is simply what's done in the dark always has a way of coming to the light. Mm-hmm. Quite frankly, he definitely had his opportunity, especially being as though they were roommates in college. You would have thought that at some point in time doing this, them being roommates, something might have transpired. However, that was not the case. I think that now, being as though he's about to be a father for the first time, I think, is that the case? He's about to be a father for the first time. No, there's no guarantee that baby mama might find out. However, all it takes is for one wrong mistake. A picture mail could be sent in the middle of the night. He might call in the middle of the night. One wrong mistake, or the world is so small. He come in contact with a person that knows the scenario, or that dude run back and tell somebody else, blow his whole spot up. So if I was him, I would go ahead and hang that one in the closet.
Okay. I feel like if he doesn't try with this guy, he's going to try regardless, right? And I'm not saying to do this. Like, I don't think that I think because of the relationship that they have, and I don't know if him and the wife have a relationship, even though he was the best man at the wedding, I still probably wouldn't do it. Because I feel like it's just too much drama. Like, I feel like you have to be smart about this because, one, eventually he's going to do this with someone. And if you are that curious about it, wait till he fucks this up on his own before you experience this for yourself. Because if he's just curious about this, he's going to do it with someone. I mean, I know that you know that's going to happen. That's the point. Because he's very adamant about doing it. So I just want to be the one who broke up the family.
So I guess on the flip side of things, when you say, and I hate to say this, but when you say it like, he's going to eventually maybe, stray off and find somebody else, maybe it might be best that he tries it with the friend and, he can figure out then and there if he likes it or not. It's a double-edged sword, honestly.
Okay, so my problem is this. The only dilemma that he had was what if he doesn't like it? But what if he does like it? Then what? You know what I'm saying?
Because he won't like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he likes it,
won't like it.
That's when the text message is going to pop back up because he's going to keep talking about it in text messages.
Yeah.
And then she's going to find out eventually. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to Brandon, BJ, they said take your AirPods out. Take your AirPods out, BJ. because we can hear the echo from the AirPod. That's why she's going to find out, because if he likes it, well, when he likes it, he's going to keep texting you about it. Eventually, I've been through this before, so.
Oh,
hey, I haven't.
My ex-girlfriend, her brother, we weren't together anymore. But after we had broke, it was years later. But he texted me like out of the blue one day. I didn't know who it was, and we ended up meeting up. We had sex, and we used to have sex like everywhere. Like, I mean, it didn't matter where the location was at. We used to have sex everywhere. And so one day, she ended up going through his phone and finding out. And I mean, I didn't really owe her anything because we weren't together anymore. But that's how that's how it's going to happen, because he's not going to stop communicating about the sex or wanting to do it again, or he may do it with other people and start talking to him about it. If he likes it, then he needs to make a decision. Are you going to be a gay man? Are you going to be a bisexual man? Or are you going to be a straight man?
can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It sucks because
But I
curiosity.
think you need to turn your AirPods off, though.
Yeah, no, my phone is sitting down. I didn't have time to get this whole computer up, so it's okay. We're gonna work with it though. So here's my thing. All right, so let's say hypothetically speaking, they end up texting. It's going to start off as a text message, and it's going to start off as flirting, very, very faint. It's going to build and work its way up to something a little more. Then, they're going to begin exchanging pictures, and we all know what those pictures are. And that's not going to do nothing but build up the anticipation to when they finally do get face to face. And then we all know what's going to happen once they finally get face to face. I think my reservation primarily would be the fact that once they finally do get face to face and they actually do it for the first time, that's just going to open up a whole can of worms, because this dude is now going to be taken from his household where he now has a newborn baby and this chick, fiance, girlfriend, baby mama, and or wife. And your focus is now being taken away from your household or your relationship, and it's being shifted to this dude. So in my honest opinion, I'm just being completely transparent, I think dude need to fall back a little bit, because what you're going to do is you're going to potentially ruin a happy home. As if it's happy, and if it's not happy, you're going to ruin what they have together to also, I mean, you got to think they got a child coming, like it's going to affect the child. Okay, go ahead.
He's not going to ruin the happy home. That man's going to ruin his own happy home. That's not his fault. No, that's not his fault, because he's not hitting him up about having sex with him. The man, the relationship has a baby in the way it's hitting him up. He's actually like, he doesn't want to know, but he's curious about it. But he's responsible for his own home.
True.
And firsthand, I know about that. So that's his own fault. He has to take responsibility for the fact that he is messing up or jeopardizing his home because he wants to try out gay sex. But the problem is, if he likes it, then what?
If he like it, he's gonna be hooked. If he like it, he's gonna fall in love, and that's what's really gonna tear that home apart. I mean, either way, it's gonna happen.
But that's not that guy's fault. That's his fault for having gay sex and getting married and having a baby with a lady, and then wanting to try it, though.
Got you. Understood. Duly noted.
It's just a real messy situation. He just needs to just let it go and let God. Like, you just gotta let that go. It is too much dick in this world for you to be wrapped around one, and this is your friend. Like, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Now, I don't feel like the guy who wrote the letter has even wrapped around this situation. Mm-hmm. I feel like the guy who's in a relationship is more wrapped around it than him, because he's asked this multiple times. And so, like, to me, like I said, I just eventually it's going to happen regardless. I just want to be the one that it happened with, that he liked it, and then she finds the text messages, and it's my fault.
Right. I get that. I understand that. I mean, it's just it's like he said, it's like a double-edged sword. And I mean, the moral of the story is at some point they are going to end up getting together. And at some point they are going to end up having sex. And once they do have sex, I understand the fear of, is he going to like it? Oh, he going to like it. Trust me, he going to like it.
I think you should just pray the prayer that at least you can pray.
Oh man.
I mean, facts.
And hopefully God brings that man to him, because I mean, obviously there's an attraction there.
Obviously.
I mean, they mutually are attracted to each other. Why, when they were living in the same space, they didn't try it? I have no idea.
That's weird. That is what's weird to me.
Yeah.
That is what's weird to me. If you have a gay guy and a straight guy that's sharing the same living quarters, and you have a gay guy who obviously is probably attracted to the guy in some capacity, especially back when we were young. We old as hell now, but back then, anything that walked past you with a penis, you automatically just like focused on it. So I'm extremely surprised that they didn't mess around back then.
And then like college years, that's your experimental time. Experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? Do you think?
But I'm wondering, like, and when they were living together, like, nothing happened where like they didn't get drunk one day, and like,
Right.
Nothing happened in college where they just thought to experiment with each other, like, because this happened once he got married. Like,
can I be honest? I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there's a bit of detail missing in this story. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like something did possibly happen, and he might have wanted to explore it a little more. Because where do you come out just wanting? I mean, yeah, you can't just want to explore. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like a kiss might have, at the very least, a kiss or something. Is a detail missing?
I feel like Jerome was like beating off in the other room while they was in the like roommates in college. I don't feel like he knew, because if he did know, the guy was already gay. So it was like there was no reason for them not to have sex if this was a mutual attraction.
Jerome being a straight guy, right?
Jerome is the straight guy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the gay guy is
Jerome had to be like beating off in his room at night, thinking about him or something during college, because this attraction didn't just start after he got married. Brandon Jones says it's a double-edged sword. They better play the cards right.
Right.
It's really a double-edged sword, like, honestly and truly. Like,
SoDebNair, you have a point. There is only one party that would mess up the home, unless whoever serves out of the home and encounters with someone else.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. So I actually I knew a person who is in a relationship with a woman, and with this woman they have a family, what I'm saying, and he has an attraction to men. So one thing I've always wondered, like, so what happens if you act out on that attraction, right? And you seek out what you feeling. That person that you come in contact with or interact with, who's to say they're not going to put you out there? That's number one. Because one thing about gay guys, not all, but the majority of them, they're quick to put you out there. So I just, if I was...
Wait, what do you mean by put you out there?
Like, people are messy. They'd be like, oh yeah, well, that's so-and-so. I did this, that, and the third with so-and-so.
See, I think that was like back when we were younger. I don't think that like that's happening now.
You said what?
Honestly, I don't think that that's like a situation that they have now.
No, not them. No. Well, I mean,
I'm not young now, so I don't know. But I feel like
you're only 40.
Back when we was young, like, well, you not even close to my age, but back when I was younger, like, I understand that. I mean, I could see that, but I feel like people are like very openly sexual. Like, who's to even say that if he told her that he wants to experience a man, that she's going to be okay with it at this point? No, that's the time we live in right now. You know what I'm saying? But
That's hot though.
I think that he just needs to be honest about how he feels, even with her, and let her make her own decision. Because he may be surprised about how she feels about it. Um, he may not even like it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no definite possibility at the end of this.
But we missing one. We still. It's still that piece of the puzzle, though, y'all. It's still that. This is my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
This is my best friend. Like y'all went through high school to college. Like you were his best man in his wedding. Like, no.
Something might have already happened. I get you. Yeah, something.
Yeah, like
something had to have already happened. If you've been the best man, y'all went to high school together. He was your roommate, and like, come on, and he was. See, it's okay. So if I'm feeling you on that one because
like, what if Marky was like drunk and had a drunk kiss or something? Like Marky may not even remember it, but you know that's what I'm saying. Like even in that space, whatever it is, Jerome is still hung up on the situation, but it's to the point where he wants to have actual sex. I wonder what he wants to be like, the top or the bottom.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well,
that's a good question.
I'm not gonna say obviously, but the whole slipping the finger and sending a penis picture. Let's be honest, it takes several steps to send a picture now.
Mm.
Like you not just, oh my bad, I didn't mean to send.
That's true.
It takes too many steps to send a picture. It's not like you just, oh my bad, I sent it to.
I have accidentally sent a picture by accident.
But no, but the thing is, he sent the picture and then asked about it.
Right. What you think about it? Me personally, I would have said I don't think nothing about it. Why is this on my
I would have never brought it back up if he didn't say nothing about it.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, you're right. That too. There's a detail missing.
There's got to be. Yeah, I'm about to say there's got to be something. Because if my best friend hit me up, I have a best friend that I went to high school with, and we went to actually elementary, middle school, and high school together. And here it is years later, and we're still best friends. And I've supported him; he supported me. So at any point, if my boy was to send me a picture like that, I'm gonna just probably put the whole phone down because I'm gonna probably put the phone down like I just saw a spider and step back for a second because at this point I have a lot of questions and I'm just like, did you mean to send that picture? Like,
what if he asked you about it after that?
I would probably be like, yeah. For me, I would have to probably tell him like, yeah, that's a little weird. I would probably just tell him straight up, that's a little weird. You know, we've been friends, we've been brothers all these years since fucking 5th grade. And you send a picture like that? Yeah, that's a little weird. Like, and this is a person who also have children and who is in a relationship to a woman. You know, I'm just like, yeah, that's a little weird. Really, really weird.
I'm kind of conflicted because I'm just like, at one point, I'm assuming what happened regardless. I just want to be the person that he's experienced this with for the first time, but I also feel like maybe this guy feels like he's going to free him. You know,
that song just popped.
I'm trying to make sense of it. I don't know.
What if he's not good?
Well, what if he is good? That's the thing.
If he's good, they both.
Gonna be hooked. Because the thing is, Marky said, "What if it's not good?" So to me, Marky feels like if he doesn't do a good job, then it's a wrap for the sex and
the relationship.
But if it is good, then what? Like, how does it after that?
Is Marky worried about him performing well? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Right, because what I'm asking is, what if Jerome isn't good? Now that opened up a whole nother door. That's a whole nother door.
I'll be like, Booze, stay straight.
That's a whole nother.
You already made a baby, boo. You good? Go with that girl. You good?
Okay, but then my next question is, okay, so if he sent Marky this picture, who else has he sent pictures to?
That's what. That's my point though. If it's not going to be with him, it's going to be with someone else.
I mean, who's
But
to say that
the real question is who's going to get the good dick and who's not?
Well, we know Marky might be the bottom in this situation because Jerome seemed like he trying to come out, slowly but surely. But I'm just also thinking like, okay, if he sent Marky this picture and then inquired about, so what you think? Then who else has he sent pictures to?
But Jerome is doing a lot of work with this because he sent Marky the picture. Marky didn't respond. He then followed up with a question about what he thinks about it. So Jerome is invested in this sexual act. Marky probably is mentally, but he doesn't want to express that because he's been a friend for a long time. He was in the wedding, there's a baby today. For us, for us that's single, we don't want all these we don't want all the drama. We're not trying to deal with all this stuff. So I get where Marky's coming from. Like, I don't want to have sex with you. You just got married. You got a baby on the way. It sounds like drama.
Oh, it's gonna be drama.
But I'm curious about what the sex is like. What should I do? I'm gonna say just wait. The options to me sound like let that man stay with his wife, experience with some other man, and if you like it, you break up with her, experience it then. That's the solution.
That's just gonna be, and I feel like at this point, maybe Marky might be a better candidate than some random dude because at least there's like history there, versus him getting tangled up with the wrong person. And oh God, only God can know how that would go. But
he's a better candidate for Jerome.
Yeah,
but for Marky, that's not a good idea because if they both like it, right, he's gonna be tortured because he wants it again and he can't get it again, or if he can, now he's stuck in entanglement because Jerome is married, he got a baby on the way. It's too much. Save yourself. Let him try with someone else. If he breaks up with her, let the baby go. Try it after that. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, I think Marky should just go ahead and let him, let him do him on his own and not get involved, fall back, maintain the friendship and the years of history that they have between the two of them. This man just took he just took his vows.
Yeah.
And he got a baby on the way.
Yeah, I think Jerome needs to go ahead and focus on what he got going on currently in his present life.
But he's not though.
And that's the problem.
He's not.
You worried about you have a child on the way. Let's start there. Let's start there. Okay? Worry about your child. Your wife is home pregnant, but you worried about. I wonder if he just got those urges because I've heard some men are afraid to have sex with their wives when they're pregnant.
No, he was born that way. He had those urges from because he was young. I mean, we all know what it was like to have those urges when we were younger. You know what I'm saying? And he had those urges when he was in college, but I'm pretty sure he had to also pretty much live up to a certain standard. And being as though he had to live up to a certain standard, then it kind of just it's like, this just is what it is.
Yeah.
Mark, I would stay clear of that situation. I'm not breaking up a happy home, but it's not a happy home.
No, it's not happy.
It's not a happy home, but it is a home nonetheless.
It is a home. He also says, if you weren't feeling me, then don't check for me now. As I make these stacks and body on point, we don't even know this. And I know what I want. He don't know that. We don't know what his body looks like. We don't know nothing or his stacks. But I mean,
that's just intriguing.
So the solution, let's go Ken to BJ. What's your advice?
Marky, baby, if you're listening, if you're watching, keep your friendship. That's the most important, I feel. I feel like y'all invested years of that friendship. So keep that and just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let Jerome figure it out. I don't want to say, but let Jerome figure it out on his own. And be that friend in the corner. Just if he comes to you and taps you for help and guidance, give him a little bit, but don't give him guidance in the bedroom.
And not if he's tapping you with his dick on your forehead.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, on the lips. Tap, tap, tap.
Right.
Is
On
the
your
mic on? Is this mic on?
Lord.
Wow.
I'm gonna just say I would not do it. I would let him experience with someone else. Come find me when you let that lady go, because to me, I don't think it's gonna last. So that's my advice. BJ.
Marky, baby. Beloved. Beloved. If you listen, hello, is this mic on? Leave that man where he is.
Please.
Your relationship with him as a friend, your brotherhood with him is about to be tarnished if you open up Pandora's box. Maintain a relationship and a friendship you already have had with him all these years. Let that man focus on his baby that's on the way and his newly wedded wife. And you focus on, you, because like it was been said, don't come checking for me now when I was in your face and right there next to you all these years.
Right.
JP, do we have any messages from the people? Any more messages left? Let's give them like 5 seconds. No? Okay. So we're going to go into our dating and relationship topics. So the first topic is, would you introduce your new boyfriend to your ex and not let them know there is a history there? And if you would not, is that wrong?
Would I introduce my new boyfriend to my ex?
Yeah, like let's say you guys are out and you see your ex and you say, hey, he says, hey, y'all keep going. Would you let your boyfriend know that that was your ex? Or would you just not say nothing about it? And if you wouldn't say nothing about it, why would you not say anything?
I wonder if my husband watching.
Okay, so in real life, outside of Ken, when Kenrick is out, and if I had a boyfriend, no. I mean, no. I probably wouldn't even know. I wouldn't acknowledge him at all, honestly. So I'm not introducing nobody. I'm not telling nobody who that is. I don't care. That's my past. We talking about my present and my future. So now, that's me.
Come
on, seriously. Let us know seriously too.
Right.
Oh, you messy. I probably would because me and my ex are cool. So, yeah, I would. Me and my ex are cool, so I probably would be like, oh, this is my. They probably if I'm dating them seriously, they probably don't know who it is. So.
So, yes for me. It's a yes for me. I have had previous relationships that may have ended bad, but over the years we've regained a level of maturity and have established a friendship. One thing I always say to my husband, he knows that I am friends with my exes. What my ex and I may have went through in the past is just that, the past. If we see each other, we see each other. If we don't, we don't. I'm not checking for them and they're not checking for me. But if we are out and we happen to come across someone from the past, an ex, hey babe, that's so-and-so, and keep it moving. We ain't got to stand there and talk a whole long time. That's not what's about to happen. But, hey, bye, keep it moving.
Mark Chung said you couldn't have this, now you're going to miss this. Hi. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to pronounce what that name is, but it says I love drama, so I would.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I don't. I'm too old for drama. I can't do that. Listen, I got too much shit. I just got in from work. Drama is the last thing I'm thinking about.
I mean, I guess for me, like with me and my ex, like we kind of are like good friends at this point. We've been through so much shit.
I wish I could jump through this thing and straighten
shit. So like now it's like, sure, I mean, this is who he is. You probably already seen him before. So.
Okay.
I would have a different question for you, but I ain't gonna say that on this podcast.
I mean, an ex is just what it is, an ex. And like one thing for me, I encourage my husband. Like I've asked, I was like, hey, you talk to so and so. He'd be like, no, why would I talk to that person? Okay, I mean, y'all could be friends. I'm not mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about it, But at some point, you got to just move on, because if you still holding on to if you still holding on to some type of grudge or ill feelings towards that person, that means you still in love with that person, or you still got some kind of ties to that person.
So let me change this around a little bit, because this probably is a good question. So what if you kind of deal with somebody for a little while, but you never really considered a relationship, but they did, and they kind of get upset because you didn't introduce them as an ex? Like, how would you feel about that?
Just because we had sex doesn't mean we're in a relationship.
Okay.
Am I wrong? I mean,
Well, because last week we were talking about something about our friends smashing. I can't remember what the terminology was, but I'm like, at this point, I probably had a bunch of exes. Oh, because the dude that wrote a letter last week said that he had a situationship that went on for 6 years, and they was on and off for 6 years, and I'm like, that sounds like a fuck buddy to me, and they never really made anything permanent. So, but he's considering the guy an ex. So I'm like, I probably wouldn't introduce someone like that I've had sex with for a long period of time as an ex. But I also want to feel responsible as to introduce my partner to that person as someone that's like my ex or anything. I mean, I probably wouldn't feel like that was important.
So, funny story. Lamar and I actually went over to a friend's house for a birthday gathering, some type of gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And while there, when we, after we was there for probably about an hour or so, a person walked in, and it was someone that I used to mess around with. So I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel any type of way. And to this day, I still wouldn't know if they felt uncomfortable or felt some type of way. It was kind of out of sight, out of mind. What it was in the past is just what it is. But one thing I made sure I did afterwards, or after we left, is I was like, oh, hey, babe, FYI, I used to deal with so-and-so, or I used to do this, that, and the third with so-and-so. But I wouldn't say, or I did not say, oh, well, that was my ex.
Mm-hmm.
That was just somebody that I used to do with.
I would probably say I dealt with them. That would probably be my terminology too. I dealt with them.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, King?
I'm just thinking, I just don't see. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I get it. I just don't see the relevance in telling. Okay, so it's 50-50, because I know for me, like if I'm with you and we go somewhere and we in a room full of people and you messed with two of the people in there,
Mm-hmm.
I would want you to tell me, like, babe, look, I messed with those two people. It was just woo, woo, and we keep it moving. Because I don't want to be in a room and look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a confident person. So if you're my man and you tell me these things, I'm gonna confidently know you're my man.
Right.
And who you mess with ain't, I don't care.
Right.
But then on the flip side of things, it's kind of like, why I gotta go out my way to tell you who I messed with?
Right.
Not necessarily messed with, but more so like, and not, don't get me wrong, I'm friends with my ex. I am. We're cool. It's water under the bridge. It is what it is. But if I'm with somebody and we down at Harold's and he happened to walk in, I'm like, babe, there go my ex. I'm not.
Right.
Now, if he comes up to my table and he say, hey, what's up? And we have a brief conversation and he leaves, babe, that's my ex. I'm going to let you know. That's my ex.
That's understandable.
That's my thing. That's me, personally. But if you walk into Harold's, it is, hey.
Brandon Jones says, no, sir, you're not that. You're not. That's why we need clarity in everything we do. Straightforward, being around the bush or beating around the bush will have you believe in shit that ain't even real. I don't know what the name is. It says, I kiss, I don't tell.
I can tell.
Mark Chun says, I'm not. Mark Chun also says, all of them are.
Well, all right.
Again, I guess just because me and my ex have a good friendship, so I only got one. I don't got to introduce you to a bunch of people.
So you want to know why that you only, the husband and died and you only had that one man all your life?
Huh?
Nothing.
What you said? I mean, there's only one person that I dated that I consider an ex.
Okay.
I mean, nothing else has lasted long enough that I was emotionally invested in enough for me to be like, oh, this is my ex. And I'm not about to list everybody I had sex with to you. So.
Oh yeah, no, that's not. I mean, that's pointless. Yeah. I mean, my husband's past is just what it is. It's his past, and whenever he does, if he was to share something with me and say, "Oh, well, I used to deal with this person," or I used to date this person. Okay, I just cannot get hung up on your past. Like, I'm just not, and it's crazy because so many people will get so hung up on the fact that an individual may interact, chit chat, text, or talk to their ex or someone from the past, and it's just turned into this big blow up thing. And I'm just like, a lot of it's insecurity. A lot of it's insecurity because it's like, if you're so focused on whether or not the person that you're with is still interacting or texting or talking to someone from the past, it's insecurity, and it's no trust. It's lack of trust.
I feel like you still kind of stuck on that person.
No,
like if they're stuck on like why you don't want to introduce that person, like I feel like they're kind of intimidated. No, not you, but they're intimidated by the fact that they may feel like you're still stuck in that person because.
Oh well, yeah.
I really like, for me, if I meet someone, like if I met me as an individual and I'm dating someone who dated me, I wouldn't give a fuck because I'll be making it really sure like we are definitely not getting back together. Like there's possibilities that it's going to happen. So like that's what I'm saying. Like I just wouldn't, unless they're like every time we talk, they're like my ex and my ex and my ex and my ex and my ex. Man, if I meet that person, I may have some kind of questions or be kind of concerned. But if this is a person that they never even mentioned, or they mentioned one time and said, these are the exes that I've had, I probably wouldn't care.
What if the ex is the best friend?
Oh, baby! Now we done tipped into different territory with that one. Hold on. You know what? No, I'm confident with me. If that's if your ex is your best friend,
how'd you feel about
it? Like you said earlier, what happens in the dark comes to light. Yeah. So,
do you believe that an ex like you believe the two can be best friends?
It depends on the history. It really depends on history, depending on what they went through when they were together. It really just all depends.
I think that that's possible, honestly. And just speaking from experience, like honestly, I feel like Mike is probably like one of my best friends. Like we talk every day. And there's no sexual attraction there. There's nothing that we make it back together. Like it's just a friendship. Honestly, like I know if something happened to me, he'd be the first person that's going to be there. Unless I had a partner, I'm pretty sure they'd be there before him. But other than that, like, I mean, we're really good friends. So like, I would just have to understand their friendship. Maybe just like me, like when I just myself with someone, I always say, me and my ex are really cool. We talk all the time. If that makes you uncomfortable, let me know. I don't have a problem with scaling back with that. Because I do know that, because even if his partners are like that, I would have a problem with scaling back with our relationship because that is intimidating some people. But my goal is never to get back with him, so I would never pressure him and to be like, no, we're cool. Like I would never do that. So I think it's about the respect of the ex and my partner. Wait, Lex is saying I'm side-eyeing the shit out of being friends with
Oh,
her.
Jesus.
We wasn't friends when your dick was in my mouth.
Oh. Yeah.
But I mean, you're not friends with people whose dick you have in your mouth off a jack. So
That part.
it's the same. It's no difference to me.
That part. I mean, truth be told, that part.
I mean, at least if I'm going to the hospital, the bitch gonna be there. You know, that's all I'm feeling like. If my rent may be late, he may be like, "Here's a few dollars." That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
A few dollars to get you down to get that money order.
He might pay my whole rent.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have any exes that I'm best friends with. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with them.
Yeah.
And you know, it's more of a high buy type situation. We may follow each other on social media, but like I'm good over here. Like I'm 8 years in a marriage this year, you know, 9 years together, 10 years known each other. So baby, listen, what you got going on over there? I wish you the best. God bless you in your ministry, but I am A-OK. H2 is good. So, you know, yeah,
I'm
that's
here
kind of
for
where
it.
I am with it. So
Okay.
We can't speak on that. So.
Yeah, no, I'm not there yet at all. I'll be lucky to get 8 days from somebody. Just for 8
cut it
years.
out. Cut it out.
Listen said, Jack dudes don't owe me nothing though, and neither does your ex. So, Marcha says, "What if your ex tried to get with your best friend?" We talked about this on this podcast before, though.
I need another drink. I need to go get my bottle.
First of all, my best friends would never date my ex, so that's not my situation, and I can't speak on that.
Let them know. Let them know, sis. Let them know.
Number 2, 9 times out of 10, my ex ain't even my best friend's type. So I know that's not gonna happen.
He said, so if your husband's ex gave him some money for a bill, it wouldn't bother you if your husband's ex gave him money for a bill.
So if my husband's ex,
our bills?
Well, no, because if
I'm like, hold on, I'll send you the cash app, boo.
No,
no,
we won't need the money. We good.
But I'm just saying, if your ex want to send us some money for the bills, I will send you my cash app.
First of all, my husband he ain't even rocking like that. So that's one thing I don't even have to worry about because he ain't rocking.
Birthday, is it Christmas? What's the holiday? DMV Dre is screaming at you, Brandon.
What's up, brother? Hi, brother.
Let me tell you something. My imaginary husband that I have in my head.
Come on, imaginary husband.
He's gonna be so solid. He ain't gonna need nobody else money. He good. My
husband not a Dr. Dre type.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would, but I'm like, if you want to send us some money for the bills.
Wait a minute now. I don't want the doctor. I want the hustle of Dr. Dre, but not the beating of Dr. Dre.
Listen, we don't need to have you sitting up to look like Michelle A, okay?
Okay. But,
He got a lot going on right now.
Ooh.
Who?
Dr. Dre.
Oh.
He dating little Mario's baby mom. So let's go to the next topic, which is when is a good time to introduce the mate to your friends and your family?
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, let's let BJ answer because he's
yeah.
I've always on my mom's side of the family, I'm not gonna say they're a little more religious, but they're a little more strict. And when I first came out, it was definitely a struggle coming out on my mom's side of the family. So being able to introduce a partner and or significant other to somebody on my mom's side of the family was a little more of a stretch than it is my dad's side of the family. My grandmother was always completely open arms and cool about everything. My mom had a hard time in the beginning dealing with it. So for me, I haven't. Oh God, I have introduced a couple people to my family, both my mother and father's side, and I think for me it was right off the back because in my mindset, I'm thinking this is who I'm with. This is what it is. You can either accept it or not accept it. Your choice.
I've only been in one relationship that introduced my family to. And that was in my coming out process, so it took me a long time to do that. And actually, it happened on accident. So I don't really know. I think now I would wait till I feel like it was serious for me.
That's
I don't know what
wiser.
what the time. I don't know what the time frame would be, but for me, it would just have to be like in my heart. I feel like it's serious.
Yeah. Come on, Michelle.
So, I can take a piece from actually both of you guys. So, with my family's both from the islands, and I was raised Catholic, so it is strict, okay, on that side of town. But I never had a whole. I tell people all the time, I never had a coming out story. I never sat no one down and said, "Hey, this is what the deal is." They just kind of knew, and no one like my family loves me to this day. But for if I'm dating someone or in a relationship with somebody, as far as family goes, I won't introduce them to my family unless possibly until I have a ring on my finger. And that's just my honest truth. But when it comes to my friends, especially my best friends, about 3 to 6 months. Because I want them. Because sometimes I feel like my best friends can see what I can't see. Sometimes they can, say, well. Sometimes they can see what you can't see. So I'll introduce them, but at the end of the day, it's still my decision to stay with this person or not.
Mark Chung said it's a couple of months to a year for me. I would never wait that long. I would never do that. It's actually funny because like I'm dating here in Atlanta. Mark, this is Marky who wrote the note.
I'm sorry, this is who?
Marky who wrote the note that had just commented. But for me, like living here in Atlanta,
I'm empty.
If I'm dating someone, I always bring my best friends that live here to meet them, like in like the first stage for me, because they know me better than me, and I get clouded. And BJ, I get clouded when it comes to dating. When I meet someone, like I be so gone, and so
he be like this, y'all. All he have is tunnel vision. Like he don't see nobody and nothing. All he see is who is in front, and that's honorable though. You're focused on.
Well, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I got out of my relationship, I waited like almost 3 years to date. That's my first relationship, and so after that, I had got a radio show, and I started asking questions about dating and stuff like that because dating is very different now than when it was when I first started dating. And they were like date multiple people. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I tried it, but like when I did that and I like had to do someone, it was horrible for me because I was like, I gotta hurt people's feelings. Like it didn't work well for me. And I felt really bad after that. So now, like when I'm dating someone, I try to date like one person at a time. But in that first stage, like I try to bring them around like my closest friends and let them hear what I'm talking about,
fill it out,
see what I'm talking about. So they could be like, Aaron, you're gone. This is not a good nigga, or this may be good for you, or whatever. So that's very simple.
What's this message?
He said, damn, if I take Ken's approach, I would have just been introduced last year, and we are celebrating 9 years as of yesterday.
Congratulations, 9 years. That's strong. Listen, because a gay relationship don't last 9 months, let alone 9 years.
If I
That's
make it
like
to
90 years for us.
if I make it to the 9th day, oh.
I
But
want to
it's
go back
crazy
to
because
Ken.
I can't like my first relationship lasted so long. Now it's like it doesn't even last. Once it's official, it doesn't even last like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's like once that title hits, it's a wrap.
I feel like once you save the number and add a few emojis,
I
they
mean,
start
look,
changing.
there's some people that
Come on, emojis. I thought I was the
actually.
only one that did that.
Mm-mm.
I said, come on, emojis. I thought I was the only person that did that.
I add a few if I really like you. I add a few.
Yeah, but it's like it's so difficult because one, when I first started dating, it was such a different time frame. So now, like trying to walk into this stage, it's like the way they date is just so different. Like I don't understand it, and trying to do the multiple people thing doesn't work. Trying to do this, like invest in one person really doesn't work because it's like, you're texting and then the text start getting slower and slower and slower, or then they start calling. They want to talk on the phone. I'm not a phone person, so it's like, are you going to learn me or no? It's like,
I can't. I have two things. I want to follow back up with Ken with this age thing because so when you said what you said, is this the older you talking? Because like we're gonna
As
come
far
back.
as what? I'm sorry. As far as what?
We're gonna table that for a second. We'll come back to
Okay.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine what it's like being single out here right now. I've been married since I was 25 years old. I'm now 33. And I had my fair share of dating, back teenager on, been a teenager on. And I can only imagine what it's like being out here dating now. Like there are apps now that wasn't out back when I was, single. And, it's so many things that you have to just be mindful of and be cautious of because not everyone is out here doing what they need to do, for lack of a better word. So I just couldn't imagine dating right now. Like that's oof.
let me tell you something. If I knew what I know now, back when me and my ex broke up, I would have just started fighting bitches every day. I wouldn't even give a fuck about it because I had already invested like 10 years into that shit.
Yeah.
I would have just fucked motherfuckers up and didn't give a fuck about shit because the shit that goes on now is just ridiculous. Like I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to handle it. I don't even know how to approach people for real. Like it's weird.
And then the multiple people thing, like I just couldn't see. Like I would not know how to do that. To juggle multiple, or not juggle multiple, but to be entertaining and or dating multiple people, trying to keep up. Like I couldn't imagine.
It's a
Yeah,
mess.
that's kudos. My hat's taken off to all the single folks out there. Because that's a lot.
Well, that actually segues. Do we have any other comments, JP? I'm pretty sure there's not. There's a posted on. So that actually segues into the next question, which is, let's see now. How many dates do you go on before giving up or trying to figure out if the situation? Wait, how many dates do you go on before giving up, trying to figure out the status of a relationship?
I've only dated one man actually. That was my husband. That's the only person I ever dated. All the other ones was straight to the point.
Okay, Ken.
I think for me, if I'm, and I think it's because of the location that I am in. Dating in Atlanta isn't the best.
Oh.
It's not. It's really not. So I say that to say this: I date, but I don't put a time frame to put a title on it. I'm more of I'm gonna go with the flow and see.
Well, this isn't about a title. It's like how many days, how long did you go before you figure out is this even beneficial or if it's not?
Oh, I can figure that out by the third day if I'm wasting my time or not. That ain't nothing. Like it depends on it depends on the day. It could be the first day, It can be third date. It just all depends.
But what if you like the person
Mm-hmm.
and there's no like solidarity into what this is or whatever? Like, how long do you go?
Mm. I'll give them 5.
5 what?
5 dates.
5 days or dates?
Dates.
Oh, dates.
Dates. Yeah,
days.
no, not 5 days.
What is that?
5
Oh,
dates. I'm
listen.
real.
Damn.
That's like, what's the little thing you turn over and let the
little
sand start
hourglass.
dripping?
No, I'll give
Jeez.
5 dates. I'm the type, especially recently, I noticed I don't like to waste my time. I don't. I'm not saying that I have to rush anything, but I don't like to waste my time. And if I feel like you're wasting my time, we just gonna dead that situation. There's no need.
I think for me, like, if I'm not getting a good vibe from you, I'm just cutting that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really depends on like how invested you are on the first date, and then if it stays that way, or if it enhances after that first date. That's my time frame at this point. Because if we're texting all day, every day from the first date, and now that we went out, like you feel like you got space
Mm-hmm.
to text me and call me and stuff between the next date, I'm thinking like, okay, well, let's see who else is texting me. And then by the second time that we go out on a date and we've done that and it kind of gets like the same way, I kind of start wondering. Because for me, like, if I like something, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not unsure. Like, first of all, it took me a long time to even want to go out on a date with you in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, I'm kind of sure that I want to date you. So if you're not on that same page, I'm not probably going to be, it's not going to take me a long time to figure out this is probably not worth it.
Are you comfortable with PDA when you're dating? You're out in public? Or you
I'm very fond of that.
I am now.
My love language is quality time.
Really?
Yes, I'm very okay with that.
See, that's where we differ. Okay. I knew we differed somewhere, but there we go. All right.
Yeah. So if the time is not spent,
Mm-hmm.
I can't relate. Like I can't even stay in it because your time should be unless you're working with your friends. Don't make plans with me and then like click on me like I can't do it. My time is my time. I need that time. And if my time is not important, I start to drift.
And nothing pisses me off more than you planning a date and canceling last minute.
Especially after you didn't prepare it.
After I
After you took all that time, listen.
look here. It ain't
Yeah, whatever way that means.
Whatever you take preparing as, take it as how you take it. But that if you want to piss me off, that's the quickest way to piss me off.
Yeah. And I think a lot is like my time is very valuable. Like especially with everything I'm doing right now, like with me running my own business and having this podcast and then running this YouTube channel, like I don't really have a bunch of time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're telling me we're going out on Friday at 9:00, at 8:00, we need to be on the way, or whatever it is, like I don't really have a lot of time. So if I took my time out, this better be happening. And if it doesn't, I've kind of 50% of this is already gone.
And do not tell me you're planning something for me and don't follow up with what you planning. Don't come to me day of talking about we going out. We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. If you tell me Sunday we going out Friday, but in between Sunday and Friday, you ain't telling me what we doing, I'm not gonna ask you what I'm not gonna keep hounding you about what we doing.
Yep.
Sunday, you tell me we going out. By Wednesday, I need restaurant, move, whatever we doing, but Wednesday I need the itinerary.
But why?
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 Why what? Why am I not
Why do you need
them?
that? Why do you need an itinerary?
Because number one, I need to figure out how I'm dressing and where we're going. I need to prepare myself to what we're doing. Are we going out to axe throw, or are we going to sit down and have dinner? Are we about to go do something? Like, I need to know. But you can't expect me. And granted, it can work for some people, but it just don't work for me. For you to come that day and just be like, "Hey, we going."
No
I'm
tubing.
up Stone Mountain. I'm not mentally ready to climb up Stone Mountain. No, you lost your mind. I'm not ready for that. Like, I have to prepare. Like, I have to get ready.
So it's funny because Lamar and I, man,
We've been married for a long time.
hush, hush. We actually one time we went to this movie theater called iPick, and we went to this movie theater. We sat and watched the movie, had a great time, and afterwards he was like, oh, I wanted to go show you something real quick, and I was like, all right, cool. So we got to where we were going to go, and we end up walking on.
Right.
Walking on what?
First of all,
Y'all got walking on what?
this whole outfit change.
Yeah, you threw us off of the outfit.
Oh, because I was getting cold.
Oh, okay. We I'm dressed a certain way. I had on probably like some basketball shorts. I had on some white huaraches, a white baseball cap, and I was dressed for the movies. Well, we end up going to this really, really nice spot. It's like a hiking trail, and then it leads you to like the waterfall and everything. And I loved it. The only part I didn't love about it is I felt like I wasn't dressed appropriately.
Because you had on white.
I had on white. So I had on brand new white sneakers, brand new white huaraches, and a brand new white baseball cap. And bitch, I sweat. So, I was a whole different way. So I asked why because, I wanted to see what the reason was. But I understand wanting to know what it is that you all may be about to get into so that way you are dressed appropriately. And now I know going forward that just be dressed to do whatever.
Right.
But you don't even know what whatever is. I don't really mind that. Like, somebody surprised the fuck out of me for some shit at this point. I don't give a damn what it is. Take me to the motherfucking mode.
See, but
let's be consistent about the shit you want to do.
See, now I don't know if you saw. I tweeted. It may have been last week. May have been. I tweeted two things in some weeks. First thing I tweeted was one. I am, and I can admit it. I am very difficult to date. I am. I can be. The second thing I tweeted was, if you have a surprise for me, don't tell me you have a surprise for me.
Yeah.
I don't like to be in control, but I like to kind of control things. Like if I don't have the grip, if that makes it, like if I don't have the hold on something, on a situation, it bothers me. So you saying, "Oh, I got a surprise for you." Okay, so what is it? Like I'm gonna keep hounding you. Like, what is it?
What is it?
Granted, it's not the best thing, but like, okay, what is it? So if you have a surprise for me, just
do it.
Give it to me. Just give it to me.
Yeah. Like Mikey say, just do it. Yeah, I have a. Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with being.
There's nothing wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with being spontaneous, but actually be spontaneous. And spontaneous doesn't mean tell me the day, that morning, or we're gonna do something tomorrow, because that boggles my brain. It messes me up for real.
Yeah.
Just take me out.
That's Marky.
He's not a Scorpio.
No, if that's for me, I'm definitely not I'm not a Scorpio.
But yeah, that bothers me. I don't like it. And also I hate is we need to talk. Yeah, I got hours or days to talk. Like I don't like that either.
No, I pick up the phone right then and there. Okay, so what's going on?
Yes.
Like what's up? What's wrong? Because if I got to step out, I'll step out of my office. I'll stop doing what I'm doing.
Child, I would clock up for work and go home. What are we talking about?
Oh no, I can't do
I'm
that.
not doing that. I don't. That's my pet peeve. I don't like that.
We need to talk.
Stand talking on the phone. When I tell you that, I don't even know I have a phone. I don't like talking on this thing.
Why?
I just posted it. Listen, I posted that on Twitter. I said, I wish we had two ways again. because I would love to not have to answer the phone and just be able to text you back and post on social media. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I'm not. I hate texting for real. For real. I'm more of a pick up the phone, let's have a conversation type of person, and especially because I'm on the go so much at work. So it's easier for me to just pick up the phone, have my AirPod in, and be having a conversation versus trying to focus on this. I'm more of a pick up the phone person.
I think for me, because with the work I do, I reach out to clients so much and I'm on the phone so much.
Makes sense.
When I'm ready, and then I'm working from home on top of that. So when I'm done working, I don't want to be on nobody's phone. I don't. Now, granted, you can probably FaceTime me and I'll probably set my phone up somewhere. But 9 times out of 10, I'll be doing something or I'll be watching TV. But I can't. Just come to the house.
All you want to see is this.
Huh? Yeah,
you see this.
That's what you're gonna get. Now, just come to the house. Come to the house. If you come over,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that. Like I'm good with that. You can come over. I can come to you, but I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't.
That's very true. Like honestly, I would rather have the in-person interaction than be on the phone. Because most of the time I'm at home, like I'm editing videos, I'm working on websites. There's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. So I would rather you actually be in my presence than being on the phone. Because I got to keep doing this. What you said? Huh? I can't type to do that and edit and do it at the same time. It just doesn't work for me. Mm-hmm. So that makes a lot of sense. All right, y'all ready to move on to the sex topics?
Let me go get my bottle.
Wait, we have another topic, you said?
Yeah, we got like 2 more.
Can I get a refill?
Go ahead.
Chat.
We're going to take a brief intermission, guys. They're new. They didn't know to drink on this show. And Dwayne doesn't have the bell, so we just got to drink right now.
All right.
So, if you guys are watching right now while they're taking their break, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share the video. Also, yeah, all that stuff. Make sure you guys are doing all that stuff. And of course, we love you guys. And that on that. Oh, that's why you took that thing.
All right.
Yes, we are back.
Yes.
We back and live and living color.
Okay. Because I feel like these next topics are going to...
Put my seat up. Do I need to take my suit jacket off? I get comfortable, stay a little while.
Get comfortable because it's about to get...
Oh, gosh.
So the first question is dick an apology?
Is what?
Is dick an apology?
No. Now, will I accept it? Now, will I, if you give it to me, I'm not going to be like, But no, you still have to apologize.
Would it make you act right?
Now, if you're good at what you do, I'll make you think I'm acting right.
Wow, is dick an apology?
Dick is probably an apology. I ain't gonna lie.
You said it is an apology?
Probably. Ass eating is definitely an apology to me. And both, I forgot what we was even arguing about. So, yeah, that's probably it for me.
No, it's not for me. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a sit down conversation. We're gonna talk about what's really going on, and then if we just move on to that, then we can move into that. Yeah. But we're gonna talk about the real issues because we're not gonna sweep nothing under the rug.
Bowleg said that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Mark said it's an appetizer, but I need more than that. What was the other one, JP? Oh, Leslie said, "Oh, Negro, you can give me that D, but we still fighting afterwards."
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
can't go
like
to
I'll probably
fight.
do it like Yvette and Jody. Like I'll probably do it like that, you know, like
Yeah, you gonna make the tacos
I'm
afterwards.
gonna make no, like after he done doing what he gotta do and we lay down, I'll be like, you know, Jody, you really scare me sometimes, boo. Like you feel like I'm gonna have that conversation with you while we laying down. Like we gonna talk about this. Like, yeah, you put it down, but we gonna talk about this.
Oh
Like
gosh,
you ain't
that
just
is
gonna put it down
hilarious.
when you're done. No.
That is so hilarious.
Like, no, we're not doing that.
I guess for me, like I just feel like most of the time it's just sexual frustration. Because I don't like to have sex that much, or for long times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like maybe that for me, like it just kind of satisfies whatever it is. It also depends on what we argued about too. So
We got back to this last year.
DMV Dre said no, we can fuck down, and when it's over, go on over there with that. Good night.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's like you just got your brains fucked out and then you got pushed to the side. Good night.
You gonna fuck my brains out, then I'm gonna be mad tomorrow? That was not good.
Lies. I'm gonna tap you on hey.
I'm not going to. Well, first of all, if I'm mad, I'm not even going to sleep. I'm gonna be tapping on you all night. Excuse me.
Yeah. Hey, what we doing? We need to talk.
The dick was great, but we still need to talk. Like if it's that bad. Bola said sex is a distraction, but the convo still has to happen. It depends on what the argument is about.
Now, let's just say, for example, you know, if I'm married and my husband forgets to put gas in the car in the morning, just so y'all know, I don't like stopping for gas. Just to put that out there. So my husband, that's one trait my husband's gonna have to have. He's gonna have to put gas in my car because I don't like doing it. But let's just say he forgot to, and we just trickle into a slight little argument. You know, if he gives
wait.
If we happen to trickle into, you know, a little argument, and he's, you know, we have sex, okay, all right, babe, don't do it again, all right. But if it's something bigger than that, then yeah, we have to have a conversation for sure.
So when I read this question, when I thought about it, like he's cheating on me or like murdering niggas in the streets. I'm thinking like simple shit. Like you didn't cook dinner today, you work all day, or you like this simple stuff, like not a serious apology. It's like some regular shit. Like you keep leaving this toilet seat up, or you keep on talking shit to me in these text messages.
Let him know. Don't leave that toilet seat up.
No. You keep rushing me when I'm trying to finish.
Let me tell you something. One of my husband's biggest pet peeves when it comes to me is less time management.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is big on being where we have to be, either at that time or prior to, and I love it. I have no issues with it. It just takes me a little while to get dressed because let's say we got to be somewhere. What time is it right now? It's 9:19. Let's say we got to be somewhere by 10. A bitch got to go through like 4 or 5 outfits. And when I look, he's sitting downstairs in his office and he got his phone in his hand, and I can look at him. I can automatically see his facial expression, and I automatically jump to defense mode. And then that may spark a little bit of a debate between the two of us. And it's my fault because...
It was definitely your fault.
Well, obviously, because I need
more on your side.
I'm on his side too. Shit.
Yeah, I'm horrible with time too.
Yeah, I'm horrible with time.
Like,
it's unfortunate.
And
for me, I'm being late. Like I just can't do it. And I think because of me being online for Alpha and just the stuff that I'm kind of doing like with my broadcast and stuff, like you have to be extremely early for everything. So when people are late, it just really bothers me. And it just, for me, about me personally, when I'm late, it feels like everything's off track. And like like, let's say that I'm out and I got to do an interview with someone. If I show up late, I missed it. So I just, for me, like with my professional stuff, late just don't work for me. So even when people show up like, let's say I show up, but the people don't show up, it messes up all my stuff. So I hate being late.
I mean, that's understandable. I'm working on it. In 2021, I promised to work on it because
maybe
I think the only thing that I was on time. This sounds real fucked up. The only thing I think I was on time for was my wedding and my grandmother's funeral. The only two things I think I was on time for, because, like I said, I got to go through a couple outfits just to make sure that I got the perfect outfit on.
I would say this: I'm on time for what I need to be on time for, if that makes sense. So if you send me a text that you're having a kickback at your house at 9 o'clock, I'm not showing up at 9 o'clock. That's just me, because I don't feel like it's. I know it sounds bad, y'all. I know, but I just don't feel like it's important. Like, it's a kickback, so it's kind of like
9 o'clock either.
Huh?
I'm not gonna show up at a kickback at 9 o'clock either.
Yeah,
okay. I'm conflicted on that one. And see, that's oh wow, that's crazy, because if I'm the host of the kickback, and I say it's at 10 o'clock, I want everybody there at 10 o'clock. Really? And I think unfortunately, and I think the reason why is because
let me stop you though.
Food.
Stop you though. We live in Atlanta. If a kickback starts at 9 o'clock, they cooking the food at 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock.
Oh, see, no, we don't do that. We don't do that in the DMV, y'all. We don't do that. Food is I can't speak for everybody.
You know, when we lived in Maryland, we was on time. In Maryland, we do not go to a kickback on time because the food just got on the grill at 9 o'clock.
So can I say this? So 2 weeks ago, I went to a tasting with my best friend. Specifically, it said the time was from 3:30 to 5. And I'm like, okay, cool. Again, we were supposed to meet each other, but because I was invited by my best friend to come, he said he wanted to be on time. Cool, got it. I got there at 4. We actually ended up pulling up at the same time. We get there, stove ain't even hot. Like, the stove ain't, like, the meat ain't seasoned. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so even when I'm late, I'm on time. Like, what is going on? Why is this food not prepared?
That's my sister's MO. My sister does that. She be cooking dinner and she tell everybody a certain time, especially Thanksgiving. We get there, dinner ain't ready till 9 o'clock. No. That'll piss me off.
That's crazy.
I'll leave.
So that's why you run people at an earlier time when stuff starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works here.
Okay. Well,
is that on that apology? We totally went off of his.
We did a little bit. Yes, it's okay. We did a little bit.
All right. So the next one is: would you be mad if you found out your partner is using a dildo of a mold of his ex's dick, and would you be mad if he used it on you? You read it again.
Read it for the people in the back. Yeah, read it again for the people in the back.
Okay. Would you be mad if you found out your partner is using a dildo of a mold of his ex's dick, and would you be mad if he used it on you?
I told my husband I love him to death do his part, but let me tell you something. I'm gonna tear this house up like the Tasmanian devil. I'm trying to tell you, honey, you no, sir. Not at all. We ain't doing that. Next caller. Pineapples. Oh, you try to make me lose every bit of my religion. I prayed this morning. You better stop.
Marquis said, "Who would do that?"
Somebody petty as hell. Somebody real petty.
Ken. Because I'm gonna give y'all a story.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so it's a no for me. So you can go ahead. It's a no for me. No.
Hard no.
Like no.
No.
What?
So this has never happened to me. But this guy that I've been talking to, he has a really nice video. He's probably actually watching this today. Bowlegs said, "You're not using that toy on me, so that's not a topic."
And what's the last one? What did Wesley say?
This is not okay. So this guy that I've been talking to, he has a really nice dick, and we were talking, and he said that he's actually molded his dick for 3 of his exes, and I was like, He said he's not sure if 2 of them use them anymore, but his last ex told him that he's been using it a lot, but he's in a relationship now, and he used it on his on his current boyfriend. But his current boyfriend doesn't know that it's his dick.
I hope they don't.
You know how Precious got how she fell down them last few steps with that baby in her arm. That's what they needed. And then how Monique threw that TV over. That's what need to happen right now. Wow.
What if you found out? What if you found out that though? Like, how would you feel?
As BJ stated prior, I'm tearing everything out. Like, why? But what?
What if it was good to you though?
Huh?
No. First of all, I don't even like toys.
What if you like
them?
If you like them, and your partner was you guys were doing it together, and you like this specific dildo, how would you feel you found out if this was your partner's ex's dick? You're not using. Bowleg said you're not using that toy on me, so that's not a topic. But he doesn't know that. DMV Dre says, "What 2 negatives? First, there are already 2 dicks, right? There are 2 dicks in here. Why are we buying another one? And then definitely not one that looks like your ex. But you don't know it's the ex's dick. So
I'm with my brother on that one."
Mark Chun says, "Where the hot grits?" But the thing is, you don't know this is the ex's dick. So they gave me examples of it. They know this.
Okay.
So let's say after you have used it, he tells you, or you find out that this is your ex's dick, and you enjoyed it already.
I think I would just be sitting there like, oh wow. Like, first of all, I would have questions. First of all, you got a mold of your ex's penis, dick, whatever. Number 2, you thought that it was comfortable. You thought it was okay enough to use it on me. I would just have those 2 questions. It's just.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. 9 times, 10 times, because you know it's gonna be some mess. 10 times out of 10, my partner is gonna be the one giving me dick. What you need a dildo for? Why is this here? So even before I know it's your ex's penis, why is this here?
I mean, for all the foreplay and all the, I just go ahead. I'm with you, Ken. I'm with you 100%. Like 10 toes down. I am with you on this one because I'm just like.
I'm trying to answer.
And it just takes me back to this. Okay, so it just takes me to this. Okay, so it just takes me to the store. I'm not gonna tell my business, but I was in a store and they had a mold of, I think a porn star's ass, and I was just like, that's real clever and creative. But then for me to know that's a mold of your ex's, Like, you thought that was okay? First of all, he thought it was okay to give it to you, and then you thought it was okay to bring it in the house. Yeah, we need to have a conversation.
But you've been enjoying it though.
Have I? Have I really? Have I?
That's
Have
what you
I?
told him. Mark,
Basically, you know,
you let another man fuck me. He's trash.
I like the way Mark think though. I ain't
good
gonna
night.
lie.
But you've been enjoying it though.
Have I though? Have I really been enjoying it?
That's what you told him.
Did I tell him that so he can stop doing like, okay, let's get to the because sometimes you say things to kind of move, like get things going along.
DMV Dre said the only dick inside of me better be attached to him. Period.
Period.
Facts. Facts. Like,
And that's how Mary had a little lamb.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that most people that listen to this podcast know that I have many of the dildos. Different size ones.
I know to get you for your next birthday.
Huh?
I know to get you for your next birthday.
I don't need another dildo. I have every size dildo I could possibly have. Antonio gave me a dildo. I have every dildo, every size possible that I can have. I have it.
We know what you'll be doing on your OnlyFans account.
I don't have an OnlyFans account
yet.
I will never have one. My ex-husband already has one, and I benefit from that. Nothing new to the people that listen to this podcast. I don't know if I would be. I guess I'd be more mad that you didn't tell me this was your ex's dick.
Mm-hmm.
If I enjoyed it, don't ram that into me, and I'm like, it's uncomfortable, and then you tell me this like an ex dick. I'll probably be uncomfortable about that part if I'm a toy person. But I guess I'd be more mad that you just didn't tell me that this was your ex's mode of his dick to me. And I think that people who probably don't use toys probably more offended by this. But I feel like if I use toys and you like, hey, this is my ex mode of his dick, they probably be okay with it. But to know that you use it on me, and I feel like I'd be more offended if you're pleasuring yourself, making me pleasure you with it, be more offensive to me. Because it's like you don't really like my dick. You like your ex's dick, so you molded it, and you're making me use it on you.
They took a lot of time to mold that because you got to go through some processes and some steps.
He did it 3 times for 3 different exes.
Good night.
All I can say is this is a nice dick. It's a beautiful dick.
Oh wow.
Mark Chang said, "Would you be considered cheating?"
No, it's not considered cheating. No, cheating.
I said if we were fucking beforehand and I used the dildo on you, then it's just whatever because we grew past that. He also said, "Just for fans." Thing. I don't know what that part means.
Because I said you your OnlyFans account. And you said you don't have one and you never had one. So he said,
I never had one. Marky said, "Why would you even keep that? Just throw it away." But they got it after they broke up, so they can keep the dick.
Oh, okay. So that's a whole different thing. Okay. Well, okay.
DMV Dre said, "Oh, Aaron, come on, benefiting off of the OnlyFans. What only? I don't have one. Whose OnlyFans we're talking about? It's not mine. I don't have one."
He said you're benefiting off of Mike's.
Oh, I mean, and I will call him today and get some money from it.
Oh, well,
let's move on. Because I almost said what I really want to say.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm all ears.
How many years you celebrated?
I'll be 8 this year.
Of your marriage?
Okay.
I'll get there.
Go ahead, Michelle. Huh?
I said I'll get there one day.
Listen, Nothing is impossible.
Okay.
Impossible.
You just got to move. And that's actually what I was thinking in my head too. We just got to relocate y'all out of Atlanta because everybody is everybody.
So you know what's so crazy? I've actually recently been thinking about relocating out of Atlanta. I've been here 11 years.
Have you?
Like, yeah.
Been there how long?
What? But why? For
Years.
any purposes, or just because you want to really?
Period. Yeah, just
Huh?
period. Just relocating. Period. Yeah.
So where?
Um.
Don't say DMV, please.
No.
How y'all know that you're gonna end up saying that?
I want to move back.
That seems like the new spot. Like everybody now is flocking from Atlanta to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It's like from the DMV to Atlanta, then to Texas.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When me and my ex broke up, that's actually where I was going to move to. But it's only because the job market is very great there.
Right.
Real estate wise, you can have a kind of the same household, but a better house there.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why. It's not because of anything else.
I actually told Lamar I would actually wanted to move there. I'd be down to move to Texas. Yeah, Dallas.
Sure. But everybody I know that lives in Dallas hates it. They Houston is better to them than Dallas.
And Houston hit a miss when I was there.
Huh?
Houston kind of was just more of a whole different vibe. I got a different vibe there.
People that live in Dallas, they hate it. Like everybody, even the guy that I talked to, he hated it. He was trying to move to Atlanta in like 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
No, Kim, what was you about to say?
No, I was just saying I heard the opposite. I heard Dallas is better than Houston. But I personally I like Houston. I do. Like it reminds me a little bit of Atlanta as far as the job market and the homes, more so the property. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Atlanta a little bit.
But you have to worry about that flooding.
Yeah.
In certain, yeah. And it's crazy because last year I was there right before they got hit by a really bad storm that caused major flooding over in Houston. So yeah, but I have some friends that live out there, and one of them is a real estate agent, and some of the houses that I see him post, I'm like, yo, like, and it'd be half the price of the houses here in the DMV. That's what's just mind blowing to me.
My ex lives in Houston.
Okay, next topic.
So the last topic is.
Oh, what's the last?
It says, Tops, do some of y'all not initiate sex in your relationships because you're unsure if the bottom is clean? Can we read it again?
No, I just didn't see no tops in here.
I didn't either.
I hate to say it.
I thought maybe the last one because I wasn't really sure. So have you ever experienced a top who did that? Well, in your marriage, does that ever happen?
I'm sorry, in what?
In your marriage, like, do you think that's ever happened?
What exactly?
Or he never initiated sex because he made spontaneously want to do it. He didn't know if you were clean, so he didn't say nothing.
Listen.
Hold on, everybody's watching this show. Hold on, wait. I'm about to give y'all some real shit. Everybody's watching this show. Cross your legs, get your drink, because they're about to drop some real.
So that's never been a situation or the case with me whatsoever. I don't have those problems. And I can sneeze and he won't it. No, I've never had that issue at all. And we've never had that issue. So no. And I've never on a flip side of it, I've never known.
I will say a few times that I like the rare times that I top, if I meet people out at the clubs or something, I do kind of be skeptical about it, so I kind of turn it down. I don't think this one work. And I don't know if they were clean or not. It didn't look like they may be.
Ken.
Yeah. Now, I can say I've never had that happen to me. In the beautiful 30 years that I've been on this earth, that has never happened to me. But on the flip side of things, now, some of them tops can be a little funky themselves too now. Like, them balls be stank. And I've had times where, well, a time, let me make that clear, where, and I think I did it smoothly. We was doing the do, and I was getting ready to do the thing. Mic check, 1 2 1 2, and it had a whiff. It had a musty smell, and I was just like, let's move it to the shower, and we went to the shower and we did our thing. We got them.
That was that was smooth though. That's really smooth.
Like I was like, oh, let's get in the shower, and we got in the shower and we was doing our thing, and like, I did it sexy. Got the soap and rubbed it on him, and kissed his back and got the balls, and I did what I had to do. And when we was done, we got out, we did our thing. That was that.
DNC Dre said, "I definitely wouldn't spark sex if I thought the food wasn't clean." I'm gonna say something because the cast is different today, so this is the different type of situation. I have backed out before because of an uncut dick.
Okay, so I was waiting to go there. I was waiting. I didn't want to be the one to go there. Okay,
I have before because it don't always smell great, and so one time a guy had pulled his pants down, and I was like, my phone is ringing, and I made the phone ring because I couldn't do it.
You went through your settings. You had it on.
I went through the settings, the Instagram, the Facebook, and the Twitter, and all of them at the same time because I was like, this already doesn't smell right. I don't want to get to the point where the dick actually comes out, and I gotta be faced with this. Like, I don't want to do that. And there's no.
It's like my sweater.
Let me give a disclosure because there's no. I'm not uncut shaming anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. No, we're not doing that. No.
When he pulled it out, it was uncut. It did stink, and I was happy that I caught it before he already pulled it out. So the question was going to be different because of the number that we have here, but because of what we have here, I just want to change it to this because
no, I don't change it.
No, because we have different people that's on this cast normally. This is a different type of people that's on here, so we can have this conversation. Justin says the most beautiful men, especially my dude, in my head. Oh, me. I smell amazing. I always smell amazing. But yeah, that's the only time I've done that.
So I have a question. So you said that you did
you know how someone has sweatpants on,
okay.
and they pull it up, and it kind of gives you a whiff of what it smells like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I smell, but I've already kind of smelled the uncut dick. So when I smelled that, it was a red flag for me. I was like, I gotta get out of here. And so my phone was by my hand. I texted my best friend. I put on an alarm on the phone. Everything went off at the same time. I had to get out.
So majority of my exes were uncut.
Okay.
Ironically as it is. And yeah. I've never had. I had one instance where I was in high school actually, and the guy was uncut, and I stuck. My hand was down his pants, and it was just more of a touchy feeling thing in high school. Mm-hmm. And I happened to bring my hand up, and it went past my nose, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it was a smell that was like no other. And by all means, I'm not.
Describe what the smell was like. What was the smell like?
It was like old dirty cheese.
Yes.
Like nickels and Aaron backs.
Yeah. And by all means, please, for you all who are watching, we are not shaming or bashing anybody who is uncircumcised. However, the experience that I had back when I was in high school, it was like, oh wow. I never knew that that was a thing. And I think from that day on, that's kind of what turned me off from guys who were uncircumcised, because being a person who isn't, who is circumcised, I don't know the process to cleaning and making sure that it's. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
I mean, I guess for me, like growing up, I never even knew there was a thing of uncircumcised.
Me neither until high school.
So when I seen one, I was like, "Is this the AIDS they talking about?" I'm being honest. I'm serious. That's what I thought. I was like, his dick is like dripping skin. Like I didn't know. So I learned, and people that's on the podcast and I was like, I didn't know what jacking off was.
You what?
I didn't know what jacking off was. I said jack off everywhere. I didn't know what it was. Like nobody, no one ever told me that. So I said jack off everywhere. So when I saw uncut dick, I was like, I thought it was like the AIDS. I didn't know. But as time went on, I was like, okay, I guess this makes sense. I still didn't even know like why people had uncut dicks though. I'm like, is this like a decision that they make, or is this like, you know, you come out and
some of it is more so religious purposes.
No, not always. Some of them is just the parents just don't want to do it. They just decide not to.
But don't you? And anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you pay extra for that surgery for your child. And like you said, some of the parents
they just don't do it.
They just don't do it.
My sisters have all had my nephews done. All of my nephews have been done. It wasn't something they had to pay for. It was just something that's offered at the hospital. And if they do have to pay for it, it may be covered under insurance. That's actually a question I'm gonna ask my sister once I get off of this.
But some women just don't, like if there are single mothers, they don't understand, like they don't have brothers, they don't understand like that this needs to be done. So there's different reasons why people are uncut.
Like in this generation, this day and age, the way these women are, I really don't see a lot of the, you know, the kids nowadays. I see all of them probably being circumcised because you know, times have changed and more people are familiar with it versus some people just like, you know, now.
But you also know during the AIDS pandemic, they thought that was like the safe way for you not to catch AIDS if you had sex, because it covered your penis, so you didn't get it. That's what they thought. So there are different reasons why people are uncut. Bowleg says at one time, state health authorities stopped paying for it. So, like I said, there's different reasons.
Yeah, there's different reasons to it.
Yeah, Mom, I thank you. Rest in peace. I thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.
I would say this. Now, I don't discriminate against the penis. I don't. But what I do discriminate against is your hygiene. If your hygiene ain't right, I can't. I can't. Now, my thing is, and I tell my friends all the time, because a lot of my friends don't like uncut penises. Like, they don't. Like, that's just a no for me. But for me, it's kind of like, honey, all you got to do is pull the top off the Maybach, and we going to do what we got to do and keep it moving. Like,
pull the top off the Maybach.
And we just keep, but it has to be clean. You have to, it doesn't even, cut or uncut, you have to be a clean person.
Right.
That's just what it is.
For me, it's like, I don't want to suck your dick because I don't like the soggy skin in my mouth. Like, I don't like it. You know, I don't mind the sexual part, but I don't like the soggy skin in my mouth. Unless it's like a certain size type of dick. Right. I may give it an exception, but don't give me like a husband-sized dick, a regular-sized dick. Give me like a dick that's the size of my motherfucking apartment, and I may get it.
Majority of the ones that I've dealt with kind of, you know, did its thing on its own. So the soggy skin wasn't really like it only was real soggy.
Y'all are roasting me. Oh, I'm glad I ate already.
If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. But, you know, most of them, what's the word? Retracts back on its own. Some you got to help them with it.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I just don't want to have the soggy part in my mouth. Because once it gets there, it's kind of turning me off. Like, let's not even have, I don't want to get my head, my ass is fucking, you know, that kind of situation, because if you want me to suck your dick, like, I don't know if I can do it.
I have one. I've always wondered, and God forgive me for even saying this. I always wonder, like, when they pull it back, like, how far they, like, if you stuck a Q-tip in there, like, how far does the Q-tip go?
Hold on, wait. Hold on. BMB Dre says it can be done when the child is born. It's included in the process. There are persons who didn't have it done for religious purposes, although it's typically don't.
It's typically
By age 12. They typically
done by age 12.
That's what I wonder too, though, BJ, because it's like, how do you clean that?
So my brothers,
do you have to get hard, pull it back while you're in the shower, and then wash it? Do you have to like pull the skin back and put the water?
You can be soft and pull it back. No, you don't have to get hard. You could be soft and pull it back.
But how do you get the whole thing clean?
No, it's just like if it was hard.
Well, when you pull
the skin back,
you pull it back. When you pull it back,
I feel like if you're soft and you do it, everything is not getting clean. Wait,
go back.
Yes.
Lord.
I'm
not under dick shaming. I'm sorry.
No, we're not dick shaming.
At all.
We're just having the conversations y'all won't have.
It's not for me.
And I don't even want to say shaming, but at the end of the day, hygiene is what you need to be on top of. And if you're not on top of it, uncut and cut penis is gonna stink.
Right? Yeah. True shit. Because you gotta think we're stuck in these underwear and these pants all day long, especially for those of us that work, constantly running.
They stuck inside of that skin, on top of those underwears, on top of them pants.
So you went left with that whole again.
Okay.
A lot, but it's a lot. All that heat is a lot.
Yeah, all that heat is a lot for somebody who is circumcised. I just, oh wow, for me, I'm just glad that I am, because it's just.
Bowlegs Van Dar Court says sometimes when they get hard, they can't pull the skin back. See, that's what I can't do.
But you know what? And somebody actually mentioned it earlier, and I kind of saw it go across the screen. Being circumcised is uncircumcised is more of a foreign thing than it is in America.
Yeah, I saw that.
In America, we're big on circumcision versus overseas, especially in London and France. They're not as big on it as
we need to pray the prayer that Sierra prayed for them, so they can get circumcised.
Well, listen, my brothers got circumcised when they were 12 and 11, and I actually know a person who waited until they were in their 30s. Actually, a couple people waited until they was in their 30s to get circumcised, and I'm just like, why wait now? Like, you should have a choice. They
didn't have a choice when there was a baby.
But I would say this: are they gay men?
Yes.
Sometimes society can play a part in it.
That's true.
Yeah, because I don't see no straight guy going to go do it. Everybody that I know who was uncircumcised and now is circumcised, they were gay guys.
Yeah.
But shout out to IQ Alam, who does all of our pictures. He is definitely uncut. His dick looks amazing, and he definitely is our dick in our ass of the pictures that we put up as our promo pictures on this podcast.
All right.
And his dick looks amazing.
Here's it at.
Okay.
You better sit there.
That's that on that, guys. Hopefully you guys had a good time with this podcast tonight.
I definitely did.
Before we get out of here, Ken, tell them where they can find you.
Well, y'all can find me on Instagram at _thatboy. Oh, Jesus. _thatboy.ken. And Twitter, you can find me _ it's Ken _. I know it's a lot,
BJ.
But yeah, you can find me.
Y'all can find me at the local funeral home and cemetery. My name is what it is. You can always search me by B.Hickson Hamilton. Hickson Hamilton is definitely my name, and that's my trademark. So search the name, you'll find me.
And of course,
don't inbox me because I will ignore you.
Of course, you guys, make sure you check out the Affairs at the Heart podcast.com, or actually the SoDebNair.com. Check out our Instagram page, the Affairs at the Heart. Check out, am I still here? Am I still here?
And we're back.
Okay. Make sure you check out the Affairs at the Heart on Instagram, ALTH Podcast on Twitter, and what's the other one? Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Affairs of the Heart. And check out our website, SoDebNair.com at this point. If you guys have any letters for Dear Affairs of the Heart, please go onto the Affairs of the Heart, SoDebNair.com and submit those. And also check me out at SoDebNair everywhere. Check out my new YouTube channel, SoDebNair. And that's pretty much it, guys. And we will see you guys next week, same place, same time.
Bye, y'all.